Hey, I apologize if I have any technical difficulty. I think I might have cut off on Instagram and Facebook, but I was still live on YouTube. But if anyone could comment to let me know that y'all got me back. Just let me know if y'all got me back up here. Probably off on Instagram. Gotta love those technical difficulties. But if y'all can hear me and everything good, just let me know. I was up here talking for like 20 minutes and then realized that I was no longer live on I was no longer live on Facebook at all. But I was live on YouTube still, which is crazy. Someone let me know what was the last thing y'all heard me talk about. Because I was up here talking for like 20 minutes. It wasn't nobody listening. Cause I wasn't like I said, I had cut off on YouTube. Let me go back to that video and see where I left off at. I cut off at 38 minutes. So I was still talking about Midway and Clinton. And look, I apologize, y'all. I had some technical difficulties. Like I said, uh, but let me just go. Let me backtrack real quick, just in case anyone lost me. Like I said, I picked Midway over Clinton. I mean, I picked Clinton over Midway 28-21. I think it's gonna be a competitive game. I picked North Duplin over Rosewood. I picked Trask over East Columbus. Lakewood over Lejeune. And I was just starting to get talking about Wallace Rose Hill and Kinston. So once again, I apologize. Yeah, somehow I don't know how I got cut off midway through midway through speaking, but I'll go ahead and resume as talking about Wallace Rose Hill and Wallace Rose Hill and Kinston. Like I was saying, Wallace both teams coming off disappointing week one losses. Um, for Wallace, I guess a lot of issues offensively from what I've been reading. Defense, I guess like I said, defense did their thing for the most part in the second half. Did what they could do, but like I said, just no chemistry, no rhythm or anything going on offensively, and part of that could be like I said, they're dealing they're long time offensive coordinators now, running things in Newton Grove that can have something to do with it. But yeah, just a slow start as far as offense goes. I've been like I said, I witnessed it watching the Bash at the Beach, and you saw it last week. Unfortunately for Wallace, like I was saying, because I mentioned like teams like Lakewood and Trash this week, they get games where they could clean mistakes up. They unfortunately got opponents they're playing that they have a chance to really tighten things up, clean things up. For Wallace, man, unfortunately you don't get that same type of luxury. You got a tough one that you're playing this Friday night. Like I said, Kinston, a team that had a lot of hype going into the season. A lot of offensive firepower. A team that's going, a lot of people are picking to be one of the top teams in their classification. So a tough opponent, man. For Wallace, like I said, you gotta find that rhythm and that chemistry offensively. You know, even if it means doing a lot of, I know they've been trying a lot of new stuff. Maybe you might want to go back to the old stuff a little bit because yeah, this is going to be a tough one for them. We saw the firepower that Kinston possessed, even in the loss last week. Tyreek Copper, big time game, 11 receptions, 226 yards. So like I said, it's a tough one for Wallace, man. If any Wallace fans have any more insights or opinions or things that you're seeing that you may think is the issue, please feel free to comment. Um, and real quick, like I said, we were having some technical difficulties, so unfortunately, I'm not on Instagram right now. You still see us on YouTube and Facebook. Like I said, I was steady talking, man. We cut out at 38 minutes on the first video, right when I was I think I was talking Clint Midway, and didn't realize I wasn't live anymore until I noticed wasn't too many comments and nobody really wasn't saying nothing. And I looked on my phone and saw that I don't know, somehow I got knocked off. So I guess we'll have a part one and part two of the video this week. So if you missed anything, like I said, I tried to fill the gap in a little bit. Like I said, I might have missed you might have missed my picks on the North Duplin, Trask, and Lakewood games, but we're here talking about Wallace and Kinston right now. And Anthony, he should be hopping on soon. He's on his way. Um, but yeah, this is as far as this game's concerned. Like I said, I'll probably have to go with Kinston. Even though they did lose last week, like I said, like I said, they just got to clean up some turnovers, and now, I mean, they were right there in the game, lost in the final minutes. I feel like Wallace offensively, man, they got to show something, or they could definitely be staring 0-2 in the face. But yeah, any Hop or any Wallace fans that have any more insights, man, please feel free to comment. But I said I got Anthony on the way, and I'm gonna hold off on that Hopton game until I know Anthony's a Hopton guy, so I'm gonna hold off on the Hopton game until he gets here. But like I said, once again, I want to apologize for that, for those technical difficulties. Like I said, I was up here just going off, talking for at least like I said, we cut out at 20 minutes. We cut out at 38 minutes. I didn't notice. I didn't notice I wasn't live anymore on Facebook until like I think my video was at the 54-minute mark almost. So like I said, almost 20 minutes of me running my mouth, and only people on YouTube was able to see it. So I apologize for that once again. But if everyone can hear me good, just please feel free to comment. Let me know. Just want to make sure everything's working the way it should be working. Like I said, I was so excited trying to add magic. I guess maybe I was so excited trying to add magic up here. I might have knocked myself off, so I apologize once again. While we wait on Anthony, man, I'll go ahead and start talking about. Yeah. See Logan, the live stream. Yeah, it paused. I don't know what happened, but yeah, I was up here talking the whole time and didn't realize nobody. I wasn't. I got knocked off the live, man. But if you want to, I guess later on, you go back on YouTube and you could fill the gaps in. That's yeah, that's my bad. I honestly have no idea what happened. But while we wait on Anthony, man, I'll go ahead and start talking about my first game of the week. Uh, First game of the week is gonna be Red Springs versus Pender County. Try to mix things up a little bit, show some other teams a little bit love, and uh, man, two teams that came off of week one wins. For Red Springs, a really resilient effort, man. They had to score with I mean literally seconds remaining to win the game. So definitely a resilient effort from them. Coach Tim Ray, they do a great job out there. They got a outstanding group of athletes, a good group of kids coming back, a team that could possibly surprise some folks. Man, we talked about Kinston's outstanding wide receiver. Well, um, Red Springs got one too, man. TJ Ellerby, he's one of the best in the state. Um, like I said, just another one of those kids, man. You get the kid, you want to find as many ways as possible to get him the ball. But also, man, the quarterback, had a huge game last week. Chase Boone, and I'll pull up his stats real quick. Um, one of the ones said one of the top performances of the as far as quarterback goes last week he went 14 out of 21 for 337 yards and 5 touchdowns. That's for a quarterback, that's the type of game you want to have right there. 300 plus yards plus 5 touchdowns. He had another 23 yards rushing. But that, like I said, outstanding wide receiver TJ Ellerby, talked about him. 6 receptions, 154 yards, 2 touchdowns. So if you're Pender defensive coach, this is one of those. This is you got to realize, you got to find out where he's lined up over the field, and I don't know if you know going old school, having your best DB shadow him, or you're going to bracket coverage to his side or whatever. But um, yeah, he's definitely one you got to watch out for. But really resilient effort for Red Springs last week, coming from behind in the final seconds to take down Anson County. For Pender, took on West Bladen. Solid performance. Two different styles, man. Like I said, where Red Springs was airing it out, Pender County was getting it done on the ground. And want to talk about some of their stats real quick. Um, quarterback. Excuse me, Austin Dale. Big time game on the ground, man. Austin had 132 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. They also had Zeke Williams. Zeke Williams had 113 yards, 1 touchdown. Like I said, different styles. You're gonna see Red Springs really try to air it out, and Pender County, they're ground and pound, old school ground and pound. So for Red Springs, you got to be tough up front defensively. Um, for Pender County, man, you got to put some pressure on the quarterback and be able to make plays in space. Uh, this is a tough one as far as picking goes. I feel like both teams are talented. Uh, if I had to go with anyone, man, I'm gonna go with the home team, man. All else fails, home field advantage is at least worth a touchdown. So I'll take Red Springs. I feel like it'll be a close game. You don't want to get in the habit of trying to come from behind and win every game, though. So that's just one thing for Red Springs. You don't want to wait to the last seconds to get right every week, but they showed they got that resilient nature within them. So like I said, toss up. I'll take Red Springs in this one. Still waiting on Anthony, but I'll go ahead and get the discussion started on this one. Once again, our other Buck Squeeze Sports game of the week. Big time rivalry game in the state of North Carolina. Voted the best rivalry in the state. A lot of history between these teams. A lot of great players. A lot of great coaches. Atmosphere. Uh, crazy atmosphere from what's been told. Definitely a bucket list game of mine. Richmond, Scotland. I mean, it speaks for itself. Like I said, a little different this year. Normally, this is one of the last games of the year. Hold on. Got Coach Goodman joining me. What's going on, man? Can you hear me?
Yo, 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 yo.
Hey, look, man, you missed all the fun, man.
Nah, I've been tuning in, bro. The
Hey,
whole
look,
time
I
I was on
had
the
I
road.
had magic. I had magic for like a split second, and then it cut out. And I think in the midst of all that, trying to get magic up here, I did something, and I cut myself off live from on Facebook and Instagram. So I was up here talking for like a good 20 minutes. So
Yeah, I heard you.
I was up here talking for like a good 20 minutes, and wasn't nobody listening. I said, "Oh man," because I was like, "Dang, all the comments stopped. Ain't nobody got nothing to say about these games." Then I looked, and I said, "Hold up, dang, I'm only live on YouTube." So yeah, just going through some things. Like I said, I'm gonna blame Magic on that one, man. I was trying so hard to
Hey,
get him in here.
as deservedly so. When you got a name like Magic, bro, he makes things happen like that, bro.
Oh yeah, he made something happen. His face popped up here on the screen for 1 second, and then all of a sudden I'm off alive. So I don't know.
First time for the year, man, and things go haywire.
Yeah, it's yeah,
We've been
it's all
wanting them
good.
too, man. We've been
It's
wanting
all
them.
good. So
Magic.
I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna brand a part one and part two of the video, and hope
Okay.
people pick up on it. But yeah, I was like, dang man, I was like, I don't even know when that thing cut out on me like that. But I wanted to wait on you before I talked about that Hopton Triton game. But cause I was just talking about the Richmond Scotland. But give me a second,
Who
I'll
you
pull
got
that
with the
Hopton.
Richmond Scotland?
And I was just getting into my discussion about it, and like I said, that's gonna be I was just pretty much giving the background. Voted one of the biggest rivalries in the state of North Carolina. A bucket list game for me because I never got to see one in person. I
Yeah,
heard the atmosphere is crazy.
yeah.
A lot of love. I mean, a lot of hate between the fans because I've seen the the posts about it online and stuff like that. A lot of athletes, a lot of great coaches, history wise. So it's gonna be a tremendous game, man. Uh, but before we get into that, man, I'm gonna let you talk about them Hopton Wildcats real quick, man. They playing some Thursday night football this week. Give me a second, man. I pulled a graphic up, but real quick.
I gotta pull out a prop for Hopper, man.
Yeah, this we got Hopton playing some Thursday night football. Taking on Triton. Both teams coming off losses last week. Um, yeah, like I said, I spoke about it briefly when I was talking about the Clinton Midway game, man, and I was talking about the Midway Hopton game. And like I said, unfortunately for Hopton, you lose a really important piece of your team on the first play of the game. And that's just you want to talk about uh, just shell shock, man. That's hard to come back from, especially like I said, when you're dealing with smaller schools like that. That one play, especially a leader on both sides of the ball, going down the first play, that really affects you. So I really think that played a big part as far as the performance we saw. But I'll let you speak more on that. But if if you got anything to say about the game from last
Regard,
week, or
regarding J Mac going down on that first play, I am never a hypocrite.
yeah,
Everybody heard me on this platform said the same thing about Clinton, saying that you cannot let one player make or break your team. Same goes. Same goes. Though J Mac is a pivotal player on both sides of the ball, like it was supposed to be next man up, and that team is deep enough for it to be next man up. So I don't want to ever consider J Mac's um absence to be a reason why they got goose egg.
yeah.
They made me look like a sucker, man.
He pulled a sucker out.
Hey,
Oh
look, this the
man.
Kenny Bears move. Kenny Bears
Oh,
before every basketball game, he'll hand us a sucker, bro. And I'll be like wondering what's the symbolism behind it, or
uh
whatever. But it really like diffuses you and kind of calms you down a little bit. But I felt like a sucker watching that game, bro.
huh.
Cause like I felt I was so hyped up off of that jamboree. I was so
Yeah,
hyped up, and then where everybody was like, "Oh, it's only Lejeune, it's only Lejeune." You proved those people right by going out there and laying the goose egg, bro. You proved them all right doing that. Now, do I feel like that's the end all be all? No, because I stated this before. Like this is a very new system
hmm
with only merely weeks of implementation. It's going to take some time for it to actually work in jail, but I'm pretty sure Midway had a lot of bulletin board material,
Oh yeah.
and not just by this platform, by talk around town. Midway had a lot of bulletin board material, and they came and smacked, especially after that JV game when they
Oh
got
yeah.
smacked 44-8. Let's not negate that.
Oh yeah.
Let's let's not just brush that under the carpet. That JV game, we was like, oh, Hopton may really have them like that then,
Yeah,
because
yeah. That when I saw that score, I was like, "Oh man,
I was
they
like,
cooking with
ooh,
grease. They cooking with grease now."
wait a minute, hold up now. Yeah, I mean, shout out to Coach Joyner and the JV squad, bro, for real, for real. But
Mm,
I expected a lot more last Friday, and like I said, I don't want to just say, oh, if we would have had so and so, if we had him,
yeah,
will be different, because that would make me a hypocrite off of everything that I said about Clinton. And
yeah,
I'm not no hypocrite. You're supposed to be ready. You're supposed to have the type of depth where it's next man up, plug and play. And it wasn't ready. Now I did talk to Javion today, and he is hopeful that he will be ready for tomorrow, even though it's a short turnaround.
oh,
He's he had originally tried to see Dr. Huff on Monday, but Dr. Huff was not in the office, so he's gonna try to visit him
okay.
tomorrow and see if he can get cleared. But I'm gonna be honest with you, when it's a knee injury,
Yeah, I would say, man,
I
it's
don't see that coming back in a 1 week term, man.
no, I would say, man, take your time. If I was, talk to him, and I would tell him take his time,
Facts.
because you don't want to, turn something that's minor into something major, So,
We seen
so if
Friday
you,
Night Lights. You
yeah,
remember Booby?
if you have to wait till, if you have to wait till conference play or whatever, just as long as there's pain, man, take it easy. You don't want to, like I said, get out there and turn something that's minor into a major injury. So, um, just
Yeah,
play it by ear, man.
don't pull no Booby Miles, man. And he
Oh
young,
no.
so he probably don't know about that Booby Miles scene in Friday Night Lights, bro. But Booby was so determined. Hey, coach, put me in. Let Booby spin. Just feeling like he was ready to go, man. Bro, if you're not 100, if you're not even 80, don't do it, bro.
Yeah, for real.
This is your senior season. You've been making all those posts about this is the last dance. This is the last dance. Don't jeopardize it. We've seen previous examples like Carson Snell had his knee hurt at a, a scrimmage or a 707s that we had at Clinton High. Whole senior season done, and he
Mm,
would have done anything to get that time back and just you know rehab his injury a little bit more so he'll be fully ready for the season instead of jeopardizing it in the 707.
yeah,
And though these aren't 707s, this is actually season, don't jeopardize it before we get into conference play.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Heal yourself and get ready for conference play. In this game that they got against Triton, it's going to be a rugged game, man. It's going to be rugged, especially if Triton plays the way that they did against
yeah,
Midway at the Jamboree. Yeah, yeah, yo, pack your lunchbox. Pack your lunchbox and get ready for some work because there's going to be some work up there.
yeah,
Um, I talked to Coach Morrison, who is the basketball coach out there, and he had expressed some concerns about Triton, but their concerns ain't the same type of concerns that are
no,
concerns
I
of a
feel you.
two-way school. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
Their problems are a little bit different than our problems. But I'm optimistic that it's going to be a good game.
Okay.
It's going to be a competitive game. I just I really want to see these kids get PO'd. Excuse me now. I'm gonna say I want y'all to be pissed off about how you kind of shat the bed against Midway. You should use that as some fuel going forward in the season. Because for you seniors, that's the last time that you're gonna see Midway on the football field. And you went out with a goose egg. That was at your house. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. So
Facts.
how do you bounce back from that? You get ticked off, you use that as fuel, and you come back and you smack everybody else in your way. And I hope that for him, man. I hope that for him.
I agree with you. I agree with you. So if you got to make a pick on this game, who you rolling with?
Man, don't make me do that, man. Don't make me do that, man. I gotta go home at the end of the day, man.
Oh yeah.
I
Hey,
gotta
hey,
pick my
trust,
kids up from school, man.
hey, trust me. I already know, man. Look, I told you. Well, you missed it when I was doing my
No, I
midway
heard.
Clinton. Oh
I
yeah, I
heard.
said, look,
And
I said,
I think we're against each other on that. You going Clinton on that pick, right?
yeah.
I'm going Midway on that.
Yeah, hey, look, I gotta go. I'm going Clinton because I ain't catching no more. I ain't catching no more strays, man. I still got bullet holes from last week, man. No exit wound, man. So
Oh man. Well, I see some of the videos of some of them Lakewood dudes that was in the crowd, bro. The faces, the expressions. I was like,
yeah,
damn,
it was
cut
a
deep.
tough it was a tough one, man. I talked about it a lot Saturday morning, man, and I talked about it when I was talking about their game coming up this week. You know, they're lucky because this week they got a opponent where they're playing Lejeune, so they have a chance to
Yeah.
get right. This is a get right game.
A tune
Work
up
on
game.
work on those things that were ailing you. Last Friday, especially special teams. 'Cause,
Mm,
yeah, special teams really did them in, man. I don't know if they need to do personnel change or something. But yeah, their defense is legit, man. Their defense played a great game.
yeah,
They were just in some horrible situations,
yeah,
but still, for Clint to only have 19 points, defense did their job, man. Defense did the best they could do. Like I said, special teams, and they had some offensive just offensive inconsistency, man. I felt they really were. They got real. I don't know if you saw the game, man, but they got really predictable
yeah,
at one point, to the point where you could kind of guess what they were about to run. Inside zone. All right,
yeah.
quarterback run. All right, third down bomb. And it got. I know I know some of the Lakewood people I was talking to. They're like, come on, we gotta do something. We gotta try something different
I
because
gotta ask you about one particular play, man,
oh yeah,
because it got captured in the paper. He reached
oh
out going backwards. Now you
yeah.
know that's my boy, man. I mess with Jay Will. Jay Will's a dog.
Oh yeah.
What was he doing right here on this play?
Uh,
I gotta, man. Jay Will, I know you might see this. I love you, boy. I feel like you was one of the best dogs on that squad, bro. And I'm glad that they used you both ways. But what was you reaching for on that play?
I don't know. Hey, it's a couple. You always see a head
You'll
scratcher.
get a
I'm still trying to figure out. It was Clinton had punted. No, Lakewood had punted to Clinton, and there was a kid on the coverage team on the return team. The ball's about to be downed. You don't normally. I don't know what y'all did, but normally we used to have a call
wet suit,
where
wet suit, wet suit.
everybody
Don't
get the
touch
hell
it.
away from
Yeah,
get the
wet
hell away from
suit,
the ball.
wet
Well,
suit,
for
wet
some
suit.
reason, I don't know what he was doing, but he went and like touched the ball, and Lakewood was able to recover, and they got the ball back. I'm like, what? I was like, what?
Why would you do that? Trying to be a hero.
I mean, I didn't know what. I was like, maybe he just. I was like, what is he doing? But yeah, just little things like that, man. You'll see it from time to time. And it'll just be a head scratcher. Like, come on, bro, what are we doing right now?
Right.
But
But it's the beginning
since
of the season, man.
yeah, it's the beginning of the season, man. You got kids playing in spots they never played in. Maybe that's what it is. But real quick, since you missed most of the picks, man, most of the games we talked about, I just want to get who, your opinion real quick, man. Who would you take in this one?
Who got is this
East Bladen versus West Bladen.
mm,
Battle for the victory bell.
let me go with the E.
Okay, East Bladen.
Let me go with the E, bro.
All right, East Duplin versus Princeton.
Oh, East Dublin.
All right, cool. Now you already said Midway in this one, huh?
It's for the M, baby. M for the
Okay.
win. I'm a believer. They made a
All
believer out of me last week.
right. All right. Then we got North Duplin taking on Rosewood.
I got ND on this, North Duplin. Trayshawn, go ahead, write that boy for me real quick.
All right, Trash versus East Columbus.
I think Trash gonna be eating some gator tail. They're gonna be serving up gator bites at the end of the game.
All right, got Lakewood versus Lejeune.
Why you put this up here, man? Why? why? Why you put this
Hey,
graphic up here, man?
got to show love for everybody, man.
Hey, Mr. Carr, I hope you go far. Hey, Monk, I want to see another receiving touchdown, man. I need to see you touch that end zone. Thailand, I rock with Thailand real heavy too. I want to see Reed have a good game. I got lepers right here.
All right. Wallace versus Kinston.
This is nasty. This is nasty work right here. This is nasty work. Yeah. Wallace disappointed me last week, man. I'm going Kinston right here. Kinston, they could have had that game if a couple of things went a different way. Wallace
Yeah,
just, it looked disconjointed a little bit, man. It looked, and then
that's what.
I heard your comment earlier. They're missing scrunts.
Yeah, they
They're
missing them.
they're
I
missing
think I think
scrunts.
that's what I think that's what it is, man.
And this
I
is
think
no
that's what it
slight
is.
to whoever's the current offensive coordinator that's serving there now. And I know this is Coach Fussel's alma mater. Excuse me, Coach. I love you, but man, they looked like they were really missing scrunts last week in Kinston. Dare I
Kinston
say,
just got to Kinston just got to clean up some mistakes, man.
yeah,
They made a couple of costly turnovers that kind of
yeah.
took some points off the board for them.
I got as much as I hate Kinston, I hate Jerry Stackhouse and that whole town, man. But
Yeah, I
shout
forgot
out Kinston.
you a Duke fan, man.
Nah,
Hold
bro,
up,
you
time
forgot
out. You
my
should love
last
him because
basketball
Brandon.
game was against
What
Kinston, bro.
man? What about Brandon Ingram though, man? Brandon Ingram.
He was the ball boy in my last game. We met him at regionals at Eastern Carolina, bro. Northern Vance versus Kinston.
Uh,
And them jokers was dangling their keys when our center Nick Jefferson fouled out. Bro, I
oh
still hear
man,
that junk in my head. They were you, and this is home court advantage. Kinston ain't that far from ECU, so
nah.
the regionals was played at ECU, so Kinston kind of had like a home court
Home
advantage.
court
Man,
advantage. Yeah.
Jerry Stackhouse was there and whatnot. Brandon Ingram, like I said, he was their water boy. He was on their middle school team.
Mm.
Um, while when we played them, that's my very last high school basketball game was playing against Kinston. So I always have a sour
Oh,
taste in my mouth
yeah,
about that
I feel
school.
you. I feel you on that one. I feel
But
you
they
on
got
that
this
one.
game though.
Yeah, I agree with you though. I feel like they really Wallace is really missing as much as some of the fans complain about him towards the end of the season with some of his play calling. I think they missing scrums right now. That's why I
They
said one of the things that they may need to do because I know they've been trying some new things on offense. They may need to try some of the old stuff again because
yeah,
obviously the new stuff ain't really clicking like that.
right, right.
But
And see, to be honest with you, they had more time to get acclimated than Hopton has gotten to get acclimated with Scrumps because they already knew that he was out of there.
mm,
So I mean, this ain't no breaking news or no nothing, but like
yeah,
Wallace knew that Scrumps wasn't coming back. It was just waiting for board approval and all that stuff.
yeah,
So they weren't. It's not like they were holding up summer practices, waiting to see what his decision was. They were already kind of moving forward. So they had more time to get acclimated with a new system than Hopton has had to get acclimated with Scruns's system.
and I think one of the sentiments I'm kind of getting from a lot of the Wallace faithful is, if it wasn't broke, why fix it?
Right.
You go away from your bread and butter, which is that primary that wing T stuff, and you're trying some new things, and it's just not clicking right now. So maybe you need to kind of backtrack and
Yeah.
you got to go with what works. Go, these kids don't. A lot of them kids been in that system for years. They still know it, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That
Real
might be
quick.
vice versa with Hopton, man. I mean, I don't know. I'm confused on why 0 points was scored. That's
Well, I watched the replay of the game, and they had their opportunities. Like just like what you see in a lot of opening season, open first week games, penalties, turnovers. When
Yeah,
you're right there in scoring
that,
position, that was, and also a lot of times your defense is ahead. A lot of teams' defenses are ahead of their offense. I
yeah,
feel like offense. It takes time to build that chemistry, which I mean, especially when you're going against a different opponent. It's one thing to going against the scout team in practice and stuff, but you're getting
fact.
a really live look now. So a lot of times, offense is not as crisp as you want it to be until maybe 3, 4, 5 weeks into the season. So, but like I said, watching the game, the opportunities were there. They were there. They were just one block,
Yeah.
away, one the timing a little bit off on a pass here or there, holding penalty, turnover, something right there. I mean,
And it felt like
uh,
the defense was on the field forever, low key,
yeah,
sometimes. At some periods, it felt like they were just on the field entirely too long. And then you got some of those guys playing both ways. You and BB was talking about this during last week's episode.
yeah,
I mean, how do you turn around from being on the field for 10 minutes on defense? You got to turn
yeah,
around and go
boom,
block on O line.
yeah.
It's like, bro,
It could be tough. It could be tough sometimes, man.
cardio got to be right.
Oh yeah. Um, let me get your opinion on this one. Red Springs versus Pender County, one of our games of the week.
My PTSD is done over this one. I want to lean towards Red Springs. I
Yeah,
don't.
I'm liking Red Springs simply because I'm liking Red Springs. I like the offense.
Mm,
Like I said, they're really explosive. They're a resilient group, as you saw last week. Man, they had to come from behind and come back to win with seconds remaining. So I'm liking Red Springs in this one. But
and the
like you
jury's
said, it's
still out on Pender's defense too. The
like
jury's still
yeah.
out.
I was actually because I was reading up on the Pender and West Bladen game. I want to say I read at one point in time it was West Bladen was right there. I mean, it was like 14-12
Yeah.
before Pender pulled away, but. Yeah, I feel like that's gonna be a good game. But I'm like you, man. I'm liking Red Springs in that one. And I don't mean to ignore my people in the chat, man. Shout out Sean Lucas, the Grit and Grind podcast. You guys, if y'all like podcasts, you like, definitely check those guys out on YouTube. Studio 67. They always do a great job. Sean said Princeton looks good this year. Yeah, Princeton, like I said, Princeton always looks good offensively. It's just I always question that defense, man. They're gonna put some points up. They got
Come on,
T.O.
Sean.
McFadder. T.O. McFadder, one of the best young athletes in the state. He's going. They're gonna make some plays, but it's just, when it comes to that East Duplin game, it's gonna be whether they could get stops or not. I just don't see them. I don't see them getting too many stops.
Come on, Sean.
Logan Dawson's talking about Wallace Rose Hill. He said he missed the East Bladen commentary. That's probably on my other video, man. So, like I said, I want to apologize for anybody that is catching us a little late. I started the video. I was about 38 minutes in, and for some reason, it just cut out. So this is like the part two. So I apologize if it's a little gap in there. Ronnie Nicholson said, Wallace Kinston strong. Yeah, it's gonna be a good game. I think that's gonna be a
It's
good
gonna be a
game.
tough game. All right? Now, look, don't get that misconstrued. I'm not saying Kinston gonna roll over Wallace by no means, no form, no fashion. I just think Kinston is probably gonna have. They have less few tweaks to
Yeah.
make as opposed to Wallace has to make.
Oh yeah. And I'm looking at how East Duplin was able to throw the ball on Wallace, and East Duplin's not necessarily what you would call
Aaron,
a passing team. Now
no,
they got to go against two Division 1 wide receivers and a really solid quarterback. So that's going to be the issue for Wallace this week, man. Trying to deal with that.
I hope they're working on their back pedals immediately.
But
High
yeah,
point the ball, baby.
that brings us back to when we talk about our game of the week, man. The Richmond versus Scotland County. Like I said, Richmond's coming in off a tough loss to Hoggard. Definitely checked out that game. And no disrespect to Hoggard. Hoggard obviously going to be a really good team, a really solid team this year. But Richmond made a lot of penalties, a lot of mistakes, man. If they clean that up, you specifically maybe looking at a different outcome, down there in Wilmington. But like I said, man, no disrespect to Hoggard. Hoggard's going to be one of the more solid teams in their classification in that area. But yeah, Richmond definitely shot themselves in the foot. If they could get out their own way, man, I don't see too many teams, dealing with them on this side of 95. But uh, I mean, of course, a school of their size, they have tremendous size on the offensive line. But
Mm.
unfortunately, those guys just got to work on some techniques, man. Too many holding penalties.
Mm.
They got some tremendous athletes, man. Some of those kids, man, you get them in open space, they're hard to deal with. And of course, you see there in the picture, man, number 6, they're I guess he's an edge rusher slash defensive end, outside
Yeah, we
linebacker
can't.
type
We
guy.
and the outside linebackers, D ends, like this edge position
Yeah,
is just
this kid,
hybrid now.
this kid is he's one of those ones, man. His last name Spencer. I think he's committed to. I want to say he either got an offer from ECU or he's committed to ECU. I don't want to. I don't want to miss. Let me look that up real quick before I even. But I know he's got. I know he's got an offer from ECU. I don't know if he's actually committed to him. But yeah, you look at him on film, and yeah, that kid's yeah, he's a monster, man. Look at him real quick. Yeah, he's actually committed to he's committed to ECU. But
He
yeah,
wants
you
to
look at
be a
him on.
pirate.
Oh yeah, he's a beast, man. I checked him out last week, man. You're going to want to run away from his side of the field, man, because he's a playmaker, man. But yeah, the entire Richmond team is just just deep with athletes, studs, man. So they're going to be a tough out, man. For Scotland, Scotland County might have been a little bit overlooked last week. I know I thought Dillon was going to beat them last week. Kind of middle of the road last season. I feel like they're one of they have a lot of talent returning. Just didn't know exactly how good they would be. Kind of caught some teams by surprise. Um, like I talked about with Red Springs, really resilient because they were down 27-14 at halftime. Came back to win that game 36-33, which included recovering an onside kick there in the on last drive, and then of course the outstanding freshman running back Mike McLean scoring the game winning touchdown. He's a UNC. He got a offer from UNC. So, and of course, Richard Bailey, man, he's been doing this thing for years. One of the best in the area. Always, like I said, we talk about those great coaches on this side of the state. We talk about the Battle Hollies and the Kevin Mossingers, and you got to mention somebody like Richard Bailey as well. He's a guy that knows a lot about the game. He's going to get the most out of those kids. So, like I said, tremendous athletes on both sides, tremendous coaches on both sides. Who wins this game, man?
This is what we got to know.
This is what honestly I feel like Richmond is probably the more talented team. It's just going to come down to the fact if they can clean up those penalties, clean up the nonsense. Because like I said, that's the stuff that beats you in
Yeah.
games like this. But if they could clean that up, man, I'm liking Richmond in this one. Like I said, no disrespect to Scotland. Like I said, Scotland showed exactly how what type of team they are last week, coming from behind and beating a really good. What I think a lot of people say a really good Dillon team.
Mm.
But yeah, I feel like Richmond, man. Richmond, if like I said, if Richmond gets out of their own way, they can win this game. Like a coach used to tell us, man. Um, a good team don't need no help to beat you. They don't need you committing penalties and commit turnovers. You just making it easier for them. That's already a good team. They don't need your help. So if like I said, Scotland's a solid team. If Richmond's going to be out there making mistakes and causing stupid penalties and stuff like that, a team like Scotland's going to take advantage of it, and you know But if Richmond cleans everything up, man, I think I like Richmond in this one. But how you feel?
What's the definition of insanity?
So do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
I'm not expecting that out of that coaching system out of Richmond. Um, though Scotland showed that resilience that they did, and they showed that grit that they did. Richmond got the tools, bro.
Yeah, they
You
got that.
just,
They got the athletes, man.
they got the
They
tools.
got to
You
stop.
just
Got to
gotta
stop doing
use them.
stupid stuff.
You got to get, like you said earlier, you got to get out of your own way, bro. Shaw Williams, he gave a comment here saying if they put number 14 at running back, Richmond wins. I like him over number 4, and that might be true because number 14 does have hella speed, but
Yeah,
but like even with them having number 4 at halfback, a lot of them things came to petty penalties. When you seeing so many yellow flags on the field and you getting big gangs called back, you're in your own way. And if you give Scotland that type of opportunity, Scotland's gonna upset you, and they're gonna come with their resiliency that they showed last week. But like I said, I don't think the coaching staff at Richmond is insane. I don't think the players at Richmond are insane. Um, Shout also mentioned here Richmond secondary is suspect.
oh,
How much does Scotland really air it out though?
I gotta look.
Can we get some insight on this? Because looking at
Uh,
the numbers,
Unfortunately, I don't see no. I ain't got no stats for Scotland as far as what they did last week. I know, like I said, I know.
last week I got the numbers, but like last year, it seemed like they were a fairly ground team. Now, if they have changed the regime and whatnot, then somebody knows
Yeah.
something that we don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess for a school their size, I guess what they, I mean, their quarterback last year had almost 2,000 yards passing. So I mean, they aired out a bit. They had a they had one wide receiver who was just shy, just shy of 1,000 yards. So they'll air it out a bit. I guess it comes down to what they I guess who they got out there. But I like I said, I feel like they are more of a run first team. But like I said, I just feel like Richmond has the more talented team. It's just
Yeah.
a game like this, the more disciplined team's going to win. So, like I said, if you're out there making a bunch of mistakes and penalties and turnovers and stuff like that, and like you said, Scotland's already showed how resilient they are. Like I said, they're down 27-14. A lot of teams would have folded, to a team like Dillon, but to come from behind and win that game like that just shows like exactly. And if I'm Scotland's coaching staff, I'm telling the guys like you showed what you were capable of in that second half last week. So play like that for 4 quarters and can't nobody stop you. But it's like I said, it's gonna come down to the little things, man. But
Or
as
is
like
it
I
an
said,
any given Friday moment?
oh yeah,
Like if I was one of the coaches, I would be using this as some fuel, saying people are calling this a fluke. Like we weren't supposed to beat Dylan. We got to use this opportunity to show them that we're the real deal. That this
oh yeah,
wasn't no fluke. This wasn't an upset. We should have been the overdogs. You know what I mean? If they play into that, I would be very very intrigued
oh yeah. It's
to
gonna
see
be
how those students react to that.
oh yeah, it's gonna be a fun one, man. Like I said, that's one of the biggest rivalry games in the state. A lot of eyes gonna be on this game, so Um, yeah, the lights gonna be brighter than normal, so it's gonna be interesting to see how this one plays out. I'm looking forward to watching this one. Like I said, it's one of our games of the week, so I'll be tuned into this one while I try to listen to some of the other games. But for those that don't know, uh, for our BuzzFeed Sports games of the week, we'll pick a player of the week and we'll pick a trench warrior and Trench Ward, outstanding offensive lineman, or it could be interior defensive lineman. In some cases, like last week, we had kid from East Duplin had a tremendous game. He plays both sides of the line, but he was really making his money on the defensive line. So
Mm.
either or, but yeah, definitely looking forward to checking out both of these games, man. Like I said, once
Hey,
again, just
but you had your pick already made before Monday, right?
what's that
For Trench Warrior
for
before Monday
what?
evening
What are you talking about
for
for the
Week
game for
One
this
Trench
past
Warrior.
week? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I got him after once I looked at both games from that night. I picked it
Mm-hmm.
like Saturday, Sunday. I just
Okay.
haven't been able to make a post yet because I'm waiting on some updated pictures. I didn't want to post a picture of the kid from last year. You know, he don't switch
Fact.
numbers and everything.
I gotta give a shout out to one of Union's boys on Monday night. Have you already touched? You already touched Union?
On part one of the first video, that
Okay.
was one of my first, my shout outs. I had to shout them out for their performance on Monday night because, like I said, all the stuff that program's been through to come out there week one and
Yes.
blow it up like that when it was 38-0, man. Yeah,
And
but yeah,
then
go ahead.
you're gonna have some people that say, "Hey, that's Spring Creek."
No, it don't matter. It
I
don't
don't
matter.
care about
It
none of
don't
that,
matter.
bro.
I don't care if it's Spring Creek. I don't care if it's Jones Senior. It don't matter, man. Hey, at the end of the day, from the stuff that program's been through, you
Yes.
know, hey,
They have went see they went a season with like single digit touchdowns. I remember that.
so they deserve to celebrate all the wins. It don't matter who it
Facts.
is. You know what I'm saying? Because if you still look at that team, the current team that they have, majority of that team is still sophomores and
Very young.
freshmen. So
Very young.
you're basically you still got a JV, mostly JV age team out there playing. So like I said, any W
Very
that team gets, it deserves to be celebrated. And I'll challenge anybody that says otherwise. You know what I'm saying?
The reason why I brought it up because a trench warrior that was on the D line that I wanted to give a shout out to that was really balling on the defensive line was Mr. Manny Adams. Um, he's always had aspirations to play a skill position. He wanted to play receiver. He's a high jumper in track and all this stuff. He's a very gifted athlete. He's a good basketball player. Like he's a dog. He's an athlete. But he was plugged in on the D line because that's where he was service. That's what they needed. It ain't about what he wanted, and that's what whole Coach Oates' whole mantra is. The whole, we not me.
Yeah,
Manny's not that big of a kid. He's not Debo or nothing. You know what I mean? But he's athletic and he got some strength to him. And they put him on that edge, man. And he was in that backfield all night long. He used his skill set that he has to be a disruptor at that position, and he play receiver. I don't know too many DNs that play receiver on the other side of the ball. He might play
hey,
tight end, you know what I'm saying? But he play DN and then he'll switch over and play receiver. I want to give Manny Adams the flowers, man, because sometimes I remember hearing his frustrations. He's a senior now, but I remember hearing his frustrations from the past couple of years about like, I'm not where I want to be. I'm not being utilized the way I want to be utilized. But it seems like he is making the most
mm-hmm.
of the situations that he is given, and he is totally optimizing them. And I love that for that young man, bro. I want to
Oh
see
yeah,
number greatness for him.
oh yeah, that's what's up. And real quick, you know, also, man, you gotta talk about the fresh and Marquavis Melvin.
Yeah.
Seven tackles, three
Yes.
tackles for loss, 3 sacks. I mean, that's not bad for you as a freshman for
For your
your first
debut.
varsity your first varsity game coming out, man. Like I said, Union's got some stuff, man, that they got some stuff they're working with, man. And like I said, I don't see them contending for conference, this year. But I mean, for the over the next, 2 to 3 years,
Yeah,
you
plenty
better,
to
hey,
do.
you better start watching out for you better start watching out for those spars, man. They got some dogs coming up, man. So shout out to Union, shout out to Coach Oates and that entire staff. Shout out to Spartan Nation, all the fans. Look like they had a great crowd out there. That's what we
Yes.
like to see. Love to see the support. Go out there and support those kids, man. Like I said,
Half of them were the Cromartie party. I
oh,
already know.
hey,
I
yo, they
already
rolled.
heard
They
them
rolled.
stories.
They rolled deeps.
That Cromartie party is deep over there, boy. Good God.
Oh man, but real quick, man, we gotta get our quick picks in.
All right,
Uh,
let's do it.
real quick before we start to close out, and let me pull these up real quick. And and for those who don't know, man, we just say we do the quick picks. We keeping up, keeping track with it. Right
Who's
now,
in the lead right now,
right
Chris?
now, right now, right now, Coach Goodman got the edge on me by a game. So, and hopefully AB will be back with us soon, and we'll have to get him caught up in it. But all right, for quick picks. Here we go. Uh, let me see. Got Trash versus East Columbus. Who you got?
Trash.
All right, come on, my pen ain't working. All right, you got Trask. All right, North Duplin Rosewood.
North Duplin.
North Duplin. All right, St. Paul's Lumberton.
Mm. St. Paul's.
St. Paul's. All right, man. Charles Witt, man. Don't if Charles Williams was up here and he heard that
I
hesitation, man,
know.
he'll have something to
I
say
know.
about that.
I know. I know. Hey,
Hey,
look,
hey,
he still got to see me about that 71st game.
hey, look, he was giving me hell Saturday because he was like, look, because we talking about Terry Sanford being 71st. He was like, hey, look, I told y'all. I
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, man. Vance County versus South Granville.
Hold on. Who do you got on that one? I want to know.
I got Vance County. I made a mistake last week. I I made a mistake last week and I picked Warren County. And of course, it was a close game, but I know Coach Simmons was sitting back watching like, yeah. See, this what happened when you pick against us. So I'm going with Vance County on that one.
And we're going Vance County again, baby.
All right.
We're going Vance County again. Hey, Vipers, do me right, man.
All right, this is a game I was talking about a little bit early on part one, but Marlboro County versus Sherrall down there in South Carolina rivalry game. I got Marlboro
Mm.
County.
It's hard to bet against CJ, bro. It's 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 damn near impossible to bet against CJ. Every time I went against CJ, he smacked me in my face. I'm going with Marlboro on this one, bro.
All right, JF Webb versus Warren County. Warren County did me dirty last. Warren County did me dirty last week, man. So I'm going with Webb. Shout out
Oh,
to shout
stick
out to
with him. Stick
shout out to
with him.
Coach Gainey and JF Webb, man. Get that dub.
Well, Webb gave me a good win last week too. I think. Did you go against Webb last week too?
No, I picked Webb last
Okay,
week.
okay. We're going with Webb on this one, man. We're going on Webb.
Yep. Hoggard versus Jack Britt. Shout out to Shad Williams there in the chat, man. I think he's a Hoggard guy. Hoggard, I gotta go with Hoggard, man. Hoggard, they definitely showed showed what they got last week, taking down Richmond the way they did. So I'm rolling with Hoggard on that one.
I didn't see Jack Britt's game last week though,
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch him either.
so we don't we blindly going
Yeah,
against Jack Britt.
hey, look, I'm just going off of what I saw with Hoggard taking down Richmond, who Richmond is supposed to be one of the best in the state.
This is
Uh,
true.
so, I mean, it'll be hard for me to after what I saw last week. You know,
Hold on, man. Hold on. I ain't going blind on this one.
he say he got to check out you got to check out see who Jack Brick played.
No.
Let me see who Jack Brick played last week.
No, that's what I'm here in the office. Mm-mm. They beat Southview 41-18. What's Southview?
What's it? Southview's pretty. I mean,
Eh,
I would call them like pretty much middle of the road. You know, average to
eh.
above average.
That's what they were supposed to do. They did what they were supposed to do. Hogger got a good battle test last week.
I'm rolling with Hogger, man. Like you said,
I'm
if you
going.
you go toe to toe with Richmond County and come out with the W, you good.
I'm going with Hogan on this one. Man.
I got you, Hogger.
Shot said Southview was trash. Oh, oh, they ain't no Southview people in here.
Oh man. All right, we're going up to the northeastern part of the state real quick. Northeastern taking on DH Conley. I'm going with Northeastern.
I
And you
concur
saw you
on that.
saw the numbers. You saw the numbers that their quarterback put up last week.
Yep. That's why I
And,
picked them in the quick
and
pit
we,
last
we
week.
we we highlighted them. We highlighted the young man earlier this summer, man, Zach Ishman,
Yep. Yep.
up there in Northeastern. So yeah, I'm going definitely rolling for Northeastern on that one.
Oh, we gotta pick different on something though, man.
And look, it's going to happen. It's going to happen eventually. Because I think we got these last two going to be kind of toss ups here. We
Are
got
you throwing
Whiteville.
Midway Clayton on the quick picks?
You want me to put it up there?
Cause I'm going Midway, man.
Okay, I'll put it up there.
I'm
So you
going
got
Midway.
Midway. You got Midway. I got
Going
Clinton.
Midway on
So
the door. Even though, oh, Clark Hells, bro, I love you, dog. He's supposed to be hooking me up with some merch.
okay.
Ain't nobody hooked me up with no merch from Midway, man. So I'm confused.
Uh-oh.
You know what I
Coach
mean?
Coach Sloan, if you're listening,
Barrett
y'all
done
throw him some.
shaved mustache and everything, man. I don't know what I did, man. I thought we was cool. Well, Miss
Hey, look,
Hammond, I love you though.
he didn't like what we said about his defense after the jamboree.
He ain't take too kindly on that.
All right, our next one, Wattville taking on
What?
West Brunswick. Yeah, Wattville taking on West Brunswick. Now look. Wattville won this game like 41-14 last year. Of course, that's different team, but I tried to check out a little bit of West Brunswick's game against South Brunswick. Kind of really hard to tell as far as competition because South Brunswick, they've been down for so long. I'm going with the Wolfpack on that one.
We'll stay with Wattville
Wow.
on this one.
All right, here you go right here.
All right,
Wayne County. Wayne County. You got CB Acock taking on Eastern Wayne. Who you got?
dang.
Hey, look, I like CB Acock. that, from what I've seen from them out of so far, man, I think they're a team that we might not be talking about enough, but they look pretty good, man.
Give me Eastern Wayne, man. Let's do it.
Is it,
Let's do
all right,
it. Give me Eastern Wayne, man.
cool. So we got 11 games. We got 11 games that we picked from this week. So we'll add those up and hopefully I can tie things up. Just get back in the race, man. But that's it for our quick picks this week, man. Before we
Some of
start
the
the
gimmies that we thought were gimmies last week.
yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm trying to remember which ones I got wrong. I know I got the Western Guilford Southeast Guilford game wrong, which I thought that was going to be
yes, sir.
that was a 7 point game the year before, so I thought it could go either way this year.
Mm.
Now Southeast blew them out, and I think I got the Vance County Warren County game wrong by 1 point. It was a 13-12 game.
I
There's
could have
one
told
more I
you
missed.
that one wrong.
It's one more I missed. I can't. Oh, and of course, I think it was Terry Sanford. The Terry Sanford second first game. I think it was one of them. I have to go back and look.
We thought 71st was gonna go
Yeah,
undefeated.
I said I thought. Thought 71st gonna run through that thing, man.
We thought 71st was gonna be undefeated.
No. You know which one it was? We both picked Kinston, and Kinston lost. That was it.
K
That was the
Town.
one. That was the one when they lost. They lost to South Central. So that's the one we got. We both got wrong.
And that was a
But
close
yeah,
game.
yeah, it was close. It was a close game. So yeah, so Anthony went 8-2 last week. I went 7-3. So we still close, man. It's early. It's early on. We got a long season to go.
Oh
Long
yeah.
season to go in the
A
course,
lot
man.
of
We
football
ain't
to
gonna
be played.
we ain't gonna forget about our boy down there in South Carolina, AB, man. Hopefully he can come back soon, and we'll have to have like 20 games, for him to pick so he can catch up a little bit. But
Yeah.
Before we start to close out, man, any final thoughts? Any final thoughts?
Um, I don't really want to piggyback off of what I did last week, man. But I know you've been out of town a little bit, but I'm pretty sure you heard
Oh yeah, I
about
know.
what's going on in town, man.
Yeah, I know.
Can we change the narrative, bro? Um, like I said, I work for the paper, bro, and I'm tired of writing about this crap. I'm tired of writing about it. I even saw one of the young men that was involved in something this week, in the courthouse this morning. Like this is we're so much better than what's being projected. They'll take this narrative and run with it and negate all the good stuff that has been going on. All the good stuff that is being built can get just washed down in a heartbeat because of a few shootings. Stop the nonsense, man. Stop nonsense. I almost want to say this statement: gangsta ain't cool no more, bro. Like that street crap, bro. It ain't cool no more. What's cool is this right here, man. Being in front of the paper, getting your name, getting your picture in there. That used to be the highlight of your school week, bro. Is
Yeah.
getting that paper and looking and see, oh, am I in there? Did they got my stats in there? Did my picture make it? You know what I'm saying? That used to be the cool moment. And then everybody in your church, your neighborhood, everybody's like, oh, I see you in the paper now, boy. Oh, I see you on Friday Night Lights. Remember when what was his name? Tom off of WRAL. He lost
Football
Football
Fridays.
Fridays. He used to yell so much he lost his voice, but it was Football Fridays, and he would highlight Football Fridays and be like, "Yo, I saw you on such and such." Now it's high school OT and whatnot,
Yeah.
which they the ops, bro. So I ain't gonna talk about them too much. They they the ops. But that used to be the highlight. It's to be seen, to be known, or just for the OGs of the neighborhood say, "Oh, did you see my boy last night? Did you see so and so? Did you see Craig Kid the other night? Man, that boy ran for 200. That's gangster. That's dope. That's the highlight that you should want, bro. Because you
Exactly.
shot somebody that ain't nobody respecting that no more, man. Ain't nobody fearing that. Man, my little 5 year old daughter can shoot a gun. And like this used to be that used to be it, bro.
Yeah.
All this stuff that y'all doing right now, man, that shit ain't cool no more. Excuse my French, man. But that ain't cool no more, man. Keep doing stuff like this, man. Keep balling. Be great. And then I'm seeing some of the other kids that are entrepreneurs out here. They starting their own businesses. They got credit repair. Where I know some people say, "Oh, credit repair, that's a scam." No, they legitimately doing credit repair and changing some people's lives. People that's going out to Samson Community College and getting their CDLs, and now they're driving across country making a bag. The new um nursing building that's about to happen, the medical building that's about to happen at Samson Community. People taking advantage of the medical system, a medical program that's at Samson Community College. There's a lot of greatness within this county, man. I just hate to see it getting overshadowed by the negative stuff, bro. I want to highlight the positives that's going on in here, man. The building of Samson Community Schools, the building of Clinton City Schools, and Samson Community College. I love to see the progression that the county has made. There was just a report about how crime had went down in this past fiscal year, and then it gets overshadowed by this recent string of shootings and stuff. It's stupid. Like things was statistically getting better, and then this recent set of events just make it seem like we're regressing and we're taking a step backwards. Let's be progressive, man. Let's move forward. Be positive, bro. Everybody they got a mama at the end of the day, man. They might have a daughter at home. They might have a son at home. That's somebody's mama. That's somebody's son. That's somebody's daughter. Like, just think beyond the box, man, and don't get so wrapped up in this culture that, oh, I'm a man with a gun. I'm the dude with the gun. That stuff is played out, bro. I know that's not sports related, but like, ironically, a lot of these people that I'm finding out that were involved in these incidents were former players, and the discipline and stuff that I thought that was being taught within the programs, they lose it after they graduate and after they get out of school. After they see that they can go no further with their ball life, it's like, oh, let's lose all those principles and let's go be thugs. You gotta cut it out, man.
Hey, yo, unfortunately, once again, we had some technical difficulties, man. We cut out on Facebook like 7 minutes ago,
Oh no.
but we're still on YouTube. But I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with that. But I apologize. Once again, got a little gap. But hey, well, they still heard us on YouTube though. So we're good. We're good on that end. But yeah, I agree with you 100%. Um, I worked in a prison for 10 years, man. Um, I can tell you firsthand. It ain't nothing. That street life got two roads for the most part: graveyard or prison yard, and neither one of them pretty. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's got to be we got to find a better. It's got to be a better way of doing things. Got to find something better, man. Yeah, I hate to see so much mess going on in the hometown. But yeah, since we're not live on Facebook anymore, let me see. I know we still got some people on YouTube watching, but we'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and close this out. And I gotta apologize for the technical difficulties. I'll try to clean this stuff up in the future. This actually the first time this actually happened. I never really, I've had little interruptions, but
Right.
to totally get knocked off, I ain't never get knocked off like that before. But for those that can still hear us on YouTube, man, I appreciate y'all listening in. I'll fill in the blanks for the people on Facebook in the comment section. But appreciate everyone listening in. Safe travels to everyone going to the games Thursday and Friday night. We'll be keeping up with all the updates. Want to check in on some of these JV scores from tonight when I get off. But yeah, but appreciate everyone listening in. We'll be back Saturday morning for recap. But go ahead and sign off. Chris Harris, that's Anthony Goodman. Appreciate y'all listening.